It's rare. I went to break saying a rare situation in the NFL where you have a quarterback requesting a trade and immediately, like within 5 minutes of the report, the team responds. But not with a statement. They just respond with another report from another insider. And so you have Baker Mayfield, who requested a trade through his agent, and within minutes on social media, the Browns just publicly responded and said no. We're not going to entertain trades for you. Now,
you're not leaving.
Do you believe them? Because this is a one-sided negotiation on the Browns' behalf. They have Baker back for at least one more year under contract. Baker's now saying he wants out. The Browns would have shipped him out if Deshaun Watson kept them in the running. You know, the Browns are the ones that the phrase was the Browns are out of the mix for Deshaun Watson. And this morning I said that's because Deshaun Watson told the Browns he's not coming. You know, he's narrowed his focus to the NFC. He wants nothing to do with Cleveland. It may not have been that harsh, but you get my point. Deshaun Watson said no, and now they look around and say we don't have much of an alternative. And if you don't like what your options are in the draft, and keep in mind all this plays a factor, and I've harped on this for a while. The coaching and GM situations matter. It's about winning now and keeping your job. It's the same reason Carson Wentz got traded, because they know in Indy, if they kept him, they were going to be fired. Not immediately, but they know they're not going to win with Carson Wentz in Indy. They just were shown – you saw what happened. The Browns know if they run it with a rookie quarterback with the young group that they have, they're done. Stefanski's done.
Well, what a great case study in what we've been talking about, the power of the quarterback in the NFL to get what they want. And I realize that Baker Mayfield is not Russell Wilson. He's not Deshaun Watson. He's not Aaron Rodgers in terms of asking for something, wanting something, and getting movement and getting something done from a play standpoint. But we've seen this where typically if a guy asks for a trade, the organization is silent.
Yeah.
And here you have the Browns saying, we have received your request for trade, and it is denied immediately to Baker Mayfield, which I kind of love from an NFL team, right? I mean, the Browns, you can say what you want, but they're within their rights to try to upgrade at any position. And if they're talking to the Texans about trading for Deshaun Watson, that is an upgrade at the quarterback position from a play standpoint from Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield can get mad. He can get upset. He can have his issues with Stefanski like we saw before. All that,
yep.
Right?
Yep.
But the Browns can come back and say, you're under contract for another year. We're not going to trade you. We have no interest in doing that now that Deshaun Watson is no longer an option. So I'm interested to see how this moves forward or doesn't. What kind of stalemate we see between these two, because it's an interesting case study.
Busy day around the league. A guy who's always mentioned around the trade deadline on the defensive side is Fletcher Cox in Philly. For the last couple of years, he's been linked to a number of teams in the AFC at the trade deadline. They never move him. He's been released today by Philadelphia, so he's on the free agent wire, veteran defensive tackle. Meanwhile, in Baltimore, second time we've seen this, where we saw it from Randy Gregory, where the reports were out that he was going to be in Dallas. Dallas is the one that the Cowboys tweeted out that Randy Gregory was going to stay, and in fact he didn't. He ends up in Denver. Well, late yesterday, Zadarius Smith, a free agent pass rusher from Green Bay, was reported he was going to sign a contract on day one of free agency in Baltimore. And according to Ian Rappaport, he remains a free agent. He will not be signing in Baltimore. He goes back to more interest that he's receiving elsewhere. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it came down to a physical or not. We'll find out more. But two interesting free agents on the defensive line, one from Philly and the other one from Green Bay.
Yeah, we've seen that now twice, right? You mentioned with Randy Gregory, crazy circumstances around that. A quick update, Tennessee now up 31. Santiago Vescovi just hit his fifth three of the day, his 100th three-pointer on the season. Vescovi becomes the second Vol ever to hit 100 threes in a season. The other, Chris Lofton. Pretty good company.
All thanks to Longwood.
Yes, Longwood making it happen.
Going back to Baker Mayfield briefly, and then we'll be joined by Armando Salguero after another scoreboard update. Reports are he's interested in Indianapolis. That makes sense, right? You're trying to look for an option, a veteran option, maybe pair that guy with a younger receiver And another option for the Colts, according to Josina Anderson, is Jameis Winston. The Saints would like to bring him back. According to Josina Anderson, the Colts are in conversations with Jameis Winston about signing a contract in Indy. But now you have Baker Mayfield requesting a trade. It's all very intriguing.